Day 43, I think. Let me just check. I'm sure it is day 43. Your digital daddy in Dubai is here, live and direct. And confirmation, yes, day 43 of Daddy in Dubai. And I will say this again, every single day that I wake up, creating this video for you, Sunshine, is the highlight of my day. Every single day. I love it. And look, I did speak to you this morning before you went to school, and you haven't been watching the videos, but that's completely fine because I've done this in case I don't get a chance to speak to you, which is not guaranteed every single day. So this was born out of chaos and frustration that I want to be able to speak to my son every single day. And that's how the digital daddy was born. Because long after this physical form has disappeared, or my soul is not within the physical form, the digital daddy, your digital daddy will be here forever as long as we have the internet. So when you are in your 50s, if YouTube is still around, guess what? I'm here and I will create a video every day as long as I'm alive. How about that? Wow. I just said it. Every day that I'm alive, I will create a video on my channel for you. How about that? I don't know if there's any other daddies out there that's ever done that before, but if there isn't, then I'm the first. And if there is, then I'll join the rest of them, right? So day 43 of Daddy in Dubai, and you're not going to believe this, right? I woke up this morning and today is the 23rd of March, okay? And at the beginning of March, I thought, listen, what we're going to do, we're going to march into this month. Well, you know what marching means, right? Marching is an organized way of stomping through the month. And that was the plan. And look, over the last 23 days, I've met loads of people, loads of new people. And I guess the name of this talk today is going to be snakes and ladders. Okay. And the reason I'm going to say this is because most people can relate to the game Snakes and Ladders. I don't know if you've ever played it, but it's a game where you get 64 squares and you roll a dice, and based on the number you get, you then move, right? So if you roll on six, and once you roll on six, it moves you to position six, right? And there might be a ladder at six, which takes you up to row four. You might go to 26, right? And then along that, you might go along the row, and then you might come across a snake, and the snake will bring you down. So you're probably wondering, why am I talking about this? Well, look, in the journey over the last 43 days, I've met so many people. Some, I believe, over time, and time will reveal all, right? Um, some of the people I've met, I would class them as snakes. You know why? Because snakes want to bring you down in that game. And some people are ladders and they want to help you up. But sometimes you don't know what somebody is. You don't know whether they're a snake or a ladder. And as much as certain people have helped me get to where I am today, and I'm super, super grateful to these snakes, um, because these snakes have got me to where I am today. However, moving forward, there is something called a moral compass. And that moral compass can determine how you operate. And, you know, people talk about things in life Um, but what they do speaks louder than what they say. Yeah. So you can say anything you want, but what you do will be more important when more evident than what you actually say. You can say anything you want, but if what you say and what you do doesn't match, you're not going to be, you're not going to, we can't say who you are. You can't say that this is you if you don't act accordingly. You know, somebody, I said this to, I had a conversation the other day with somebody that I respect a lot. And I said, look, I'm not going to take financial advice of somebody who's broke. If you've not mastered the money, I'm not going to take advice of you. If you've got a big tummy, I'm not going to take fitness advice of somebody who's not fit, right? In the same breath, somebody who's not a parent, who doesn't have a child, wants to tell me about being a kid, having a child, I'm not going to listen to you because you don't know what it's like. Look, right now, I'll share a little story, right? Um, and if you're a parent watching this, you will understand. If somebody said to you whilst you are away, you can't speak to your kid every day, it might make you angry. In fact, I know any parent, if they were restricted in any shape or form of having access to their child, and I don't care who you are, if you really give a shit about your child, it's going to stir an emotion. It's going to stir up something that may or may not be normal to your character. Whatever's really, really, really important to you, if someone restricts you from access, it might turn you into a bit of a monster. Yeah. So, snakes and ladders. On this journey this morning, I looked through my phone, right? And in fact, I posted a thing on LinkedIn saying, and I've said this to you before, in life, there are three types of people. And if you're watching this, see which one of the three you are. One are those that make things happen. Number two are those that watch things happen. And number three are the ones that say, what the hell just happened? 1 minute you're here, now you're over there. How did that happen? Which one of those three are you? And son, you have a choice, right? You have a choice of whether you make things happen, you watch things happen, or you say, what the hell just happened? So, on my interactions with so many amazing people, and look, people talk about a lot of stuff. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. We can do this, we can do that. Okay. So this morning, I messaged a few people and I said, listen, 23 days ago, we talked about this. And since then, you've done nothing. You've done nothing to back up what we said. Now tell me something. Are you just giving me gas? Or are you really wanting to do something? Because 23 days on, you've done zero. You've done nothing. So did you waste my time? Were you just entertaining me with what you said? Or did you really mean what you said? Are you going to look back in life and say, oh, yeah, I have this opportunity, but I never did anything? I heard once that it was Winston Churchill who said that everybody will come across 5 opportunities in their life, in their lifetime, to become financially free. But the question is, when you are presented with an opportunity, are you going to take it? Have you come across an opportunity in your life? Now, and this obviously doesn't relate to you, Jaden, because you're only 10. You've got the whole world at your feet. You can dream as big and as wide as you want. You know why? Because you can. You have the ability to dream. And, for all the adults watching this, I spoke to a couple of people in the mall yesterday and I said, listen, what's your dream? What did you dream of when you were a child? I'm so grateful that all the stuff I dreamt of when I was young, when I was hungry, and I saw all the things that I really wanted to do in life, I was lucky enough to do it and tick it off. Remember, I've said this to you before. Most daddies you meet will not say, son, I've done everything I dreamt of doing. They won't. Ask your uncles, ask um, people older than you, right? If you're older than 10, if you're in your 50s, put a comment in the post, make a comment on the YouTube channel, right? And while we're on that thing, subscribe, like, make a comment, all of those things that YouTubers say. I want people to subscribe now. We're at 60 subscribers now. And the reason I want people to subscribe is because I want to share what I'm telling my son with you. I'm sharing what I'm telling my son. The most important person in my life is my kid. He is the next generation. He is my offspring. And I wouldn't be here without my wife, right? She's the next important person. Without her, this channel wouldn't even exist. So I'm grateful to you, wife, for everything you do and everything you've done. And don't ever, 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 ever change who you are, because you are the most beautiful human that I know. And I had the privilege of recreating a human being with you. And you've produced the most beautiful son. He's healthy, he's fresh, he's funny, he's intelligent. I don't know if I've said this to you, but I know you are watching a YouTube video on uh, the Big Bang Theory, what happened before the black hole, and all of that good stuff, right? And because you were watching that at the age of 10, I was so proud. I was thinking, wow, you really are my son, man. You are delving into the mysteries of the universe. And look, we are existing on this little rock, right? We're a little speck of a speck on a rock that's spinning around whilst it's spinning around the sun, right? When you see the magnitude of who we are and what we're doing, it's pretty phenomenal, right? And the only advice I would say to you, son, is the quality of your life is directly reflected upon the quality of questions you ask. So look, my current questions are, when I meet people, are you a snake or a ladder? Is what you're telling me, and I've said it direct, are you really someone that's going to help me? Be honest. I'll tell you to your face when I first meet you. Hi, mate. What'd you do and how'd you do it? I met a guy yesterday. I said, mate, I'm not here to talk BS with you. I need to, number one, find out, are you really who you say you are? Because I promise you one thing, I am 100% going to tell you who I am and what I think to your face right now. Some of you may like it, some of you may not. But you can expect the truth from me every single time. And look, at some point, in the next 7 days, I'll be asking some people the truth. You did not expect me to do what I did, right? You underestimated what I was capable of doing. And because you underestimated me, now you're backtracking. Oh, I never said that. I never said we're going to do this, we're going to do that. No, talk to me straight. Did you or did you not underestimate what I was going to do? Because nobody can predict what you're capable of doing when you have purpose. Right now, as your digital daddy, I have such a big purpose in life. I have an astronomical vision. I am deterministic in the sense that you cannot stop me from my mission, and I'm not asking permission from nobody. I'm working directly with God, and you know what this is, son, right? We all get to make up what we mean life for it to mean. And I started this recording at 14. It might be that you don't watch these videos until you're 14, which is fine. I've done this so that if tomorrow I don't wake up, I've said my piece. Yeah. I've said my piece every single day. And look, I would not be where I am without all the people that have contributed to my life. My dad, when Ronnie said to you, I go to your granddad for advice, my dad has given me great advice. One of the things he said to me when I was growing up is don't be afraid to ask questions. And it's funny how growing up, the quality of your life is dependent on the quality of questions you ask. As well as that, what my granddad, your great granddad, said to me, and I echo his words that he taught me, which is in Gujarati, je bole tena bor vechai, which means the one who speaks up is the one who's going to get it. And guess what, sunshine? Does your daddy speak up? 100%. I will say what is in my heart to anyone I meet. Why? Because it says here, say what you see, because it will show you how the magic of life is in the now. Right now, you can hear me, right? But are you here? Whilst I'm talking, whilst you're watching this YouTube video, are you here? Or are you listening to somebody else? Are you thinking about somebody else? Are you thinking about tonight? Are you thinking about last night? Are you thinking about this morning? Because if you are, you're going to miss this. The power, you say what you see, it will show you how the magic of life is in the now. Be in the now. How do you be in the now? Say what you see. Say it. Say it every single day. Say what you see. But make sure you say the good stuff, right? Say everything good you see in other people. And this is another thing that I learned, right? And Dr. John D. Martini talked about it. He said, Plato, great, I think he's a Greek philosopher, said, he took his students out into nature and he said, the seer, the seeing, and the seen is the same. Therefore, everything you see in others is you. If you're angry at someone, you're angry at yourself. If everything is a reflection of you, why don't you look for the good things in everybody you see? Because by default, you're looking for the good things in yourself. So, with that in mind, I'm going to wrap it up because I'm feeling energized. I'm feeling, I need to get back to lots of people that are messaging me because it's only 2:32. So, snakes and ladders, how soon will you find out whether the person you're interacting with is a snake or a ladder? Well, the best question to ask is, are you a snake or a ladder? Are you going to help me? Or are you going to, and look, the moment you ask somebody straight to their face, if they're lying and they're trying to snake you, they'll get caught out. The person who genuinely wants to help you, if you speak from the heart, they will know you're playing your part. You understand? Love you to the moon and back, sunshine. The best part of my day is sending this message to you and recording this message for you. And at the same time, if other people benefit from it, then great. But the sole purpose is that you, my sunshine, can shine brightly long after I've gone, because I've given you what I feel I can share with you as your digital daddy, so that no matter what happens, you can go out there and live your dreams, because your dreams only come to you. It was Les Brown who said to me on one of his recordings, he said, do you know the richest place in the world? The graveyard. Don't die with your dreams. Make them come true. Find a way. In fact, I said to two kids yesterday, how random is this, right? I'm walking through the mall and these two kids ran up to me and they said, excuse me, sir. Can we ask you a question? Can we ask you some questions? I said, sure, go ahead. And one guy was 20 and the other guy was 21. And they said, if you can give us some advice on business, what would you say? And I was like, wow. Number one, how many people have you asked this question to? And they said 5. And I said, how many people have said, yes, we'll give you some advice? They said, you're the first one. I said, well, look, the first thing I would say to you is don't give up. I want to applaud you for asking the right questions and approaching somebody, because if you don't go to anybody and ask the question and you're not brave, you would not have found this out. So I gave them, and I'll give it to you what I told to them. Whatever your dream is in life, write it down and write a clear vision of what it is you want with as much detail as possible, right? This is my dream. In all the detail you want, right? And remember, you can also add to your dream, right? Once you've got that clear, the next step is, why do you want it? Your why will determine how you get it. How you do it is none of your business. Understand? Once you determine the why, and it can't just be one reason, write down 100 reasons why you want what you want. And the moment you write them down, don't say and talk about it, write it in a book. Write down why you want what you want. I want it because of this. I want it because of this, because of this, because of it. Write down 100 reasons why you need the thing that you need. And I promise you, after you've written that, the next morning when you wake up, there will be something inside of you. It will ignite a fire inside of you that will be deterministic. And Google that word. Deterministic is how I live. Deterministic is how I give. And deterministic is the way, which means inevitable. It's not left to chance. You can't be what you can't see. So with that in mind, Sunshine, it's been a plum pleasing pleasure, as Les Brown would say, to be your daddy and to be your digital daddy on this place we call Earth, for what it's worth.